Well, strong consumer confidence lately has been helping car sales, but automakers do find themselves caught in the middle of tariff threats between the U.S. and China. China has said that it plans to eliminate rules that would make it easier to build automobiles over in that country, while also threatening to double the tariffs on autos built in the U.S. and shipped to China. LeBeau, as you saw, is in Beijing with more on what is at stake at the world's largest auto market.
Drive around Beijing and you see them everywhere. SUVs and cars built in the U.S. and sold in China. Teslas, Mercedes, BMWs, all popular in China and all facing a possible doubling of the tax Chinese buyers may have to pay in the future.
It's a pretty severe tariff, and the current proposed tariff, if implemented, is going to double that to 50%. Now it goes from severe to much more radical.
Right now, the BMW X5 built in South Carolina costs just over $57,000 in the U.S. But the current 25% tariff drives the price up to $120,000 in China. A Tesla Model X built in California starts at just under $80,000 in the U.S., but sells for over $50,000 more in China due to the country's tariffs on U.S. autos. Tack on an additional $10,000 to $20,000 if China's auto tariff were to double, and you see consumers here may not be able to pay that much.
I think a lot of buyers would say, well, at this price, I'll look at a locally produced model. And that locally produced model could be potentially German, but perhaps more likely would be Chinese.
Another factor for Chinese buyers is the possibility the Chinese government may actually lower, not raise, the tariffs on autos brought in from the U.S. and elsewhere. Meanwhile, if the U.S. raises the current 2.5% tariff on vehicles built in China and shipped to the U.S., like the Buick Envision, it could force automakers to rethink their business plans. The bottom line is every automaker realizes China and the United States are the two most important auto markets in the world. And if a trade war breaks out, the biggest casualty could be the bottom line. In Beijing, LeBeau, Nightly Business Report.